Alemekezeke Yehova yo, atamandike Yehova yo, sasanka aliwachifundo amakululuka.
Wow, hello, and a warm welcome to episode 3 of The Power of African Stories. And that was Raymundo singing a song in his language. And ladies and gentlemen, that's just going to set the scene for a very powerful story about witchcraft. Witchcraft, yeah. The story sent in by Raymundo. Raymundo was the runner-up, wasn't he, in a short story writing competition. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back after the music.
Kenya punya mwenga ya hai memia ya iya memi nane me de hai wo dole la hai ma o ya hai ma gele hai memia ya iya memi nane me de hai wo dole la hai ma o ya hai ma gele ya goli vela ga nangia we kolo go menjima ya konga lona ya tuto galela wote alajiki wimiao nyamia gopiabo yongogo timiage komago jiwani nyabole mafiji unyalibi ngani nyama gatwega kapama nyanga tapaji konga tapokula nyama sele gufoni tablas yakbeke sele ganyama namya na wifuile ni nyama kego akene magege deve ma kego gwadu mama sele pidi weni ke mujo kwa bebu wa
Join us for intriguing African stories coming to this platform in April. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I was meant to be speaking to Raymundo, but he's got a power cut. They got power outage where he lives. I think he's in Little Long Way. I think that's what he's saying. So I've been sat here and he's messaged me to say, I'm afraid I won't be able to join you because we've got blackouts. I mustn't laugh because I remember when I was in Sierra Leone when we used to have power cuts and we were notorious for that in Sierra Leone. I think you have a stronger electricity supply in Lilongwe than they have in Freetown at the minute. So Raymundo, I'm not taking away. It's just so funny. And I do hope you will be able to send me an audio. So please send me the inspiration behind your story before it airs on Friday the 28th of April.
Hello, I am Raymundo Magangan, a Malawian writer, and this is my powerful story.
The Woman Who Lived Alone. I usually pass by a hut, something mistaken for a home. All I could see with her was a transistor radio. I suppose it was the only asset she possessed. She was old enough to narrate first-century fashion and lovemaking. From the rumours I gathered, she had children who were living big in metropolises, driving big-bellied cars, noisy enough to wake up ancestors from their sleep. Unfortunately, they all disowned her. A witch, that's who they said she was. A quick glance at her countenance was one likely to be swarmed by conflicting emotions. A glimmer of sorrow, accompanied by intense hatred towards her for being a witch. After all, her own flesh and blood had abandoned her. One day I mustered up the highest level of courage and decided to go and greet her. But before anything, I said a prayer like that of Jesus Christ at the Last Supper, because I thought she would thwart any extension of a youthful hand and turn it into supper instead. This time around, she was not on her veranda, so I inched closer and knocked on her door. There was no response. I knocked as hard as my youthful energy permitted me, although in trepidation of further breaking an already broken door. "Who is that?" an indistinct voice bellowed. "It is I." "I? Who is I?" she fumed. At this juncture, fear gripped the whole of me. I stepped back in readiness for flight. I steadily regained composure and responded, "It's the boy who walks down your path. I have never seen you before. My eyes failed me a long time ago, but I do hear your footsteps. Make some. Perhaps I will recognize you." The fear which I once divorced found a way of reuniting with me. How can someone recognize a person by just hearing footsteps? I thought to myself. No sooner had I finished what could have been my last footstep. She recognized me. "Yes, my son, how are you?" She greeted me warmly. "I'm fine, Agogo," I replied. She then opened her heart and let me inside. I followed as a lamb to the slaughterhouse. I looked around to see who was protecting me from a woman who had mastered the art of sending people to their early graves. When I entered, she gave me an old chair to sit in. "Why are you here?" she calmly asked. "I was just paying you a visit." She had her mouth wide open in surprise. It had been songs and ages since people last paid her a visit. She then thanked God for my visit, singing one of the songs I heard from my childhood. I don't know why she related my visit to God, but I quickly realized how religious Malawians were, that they ascribe everything to religion. They even applaud inanity in the same name. As I cast my eyes around the hut, I saw an old Bible with an old photo on it. In the picture was a lady indescribably beautiful. "Who's that in that photo on your Bible?" I prodded. "That's me in my youthful days." I smiled as I recalled how my sister bragged about her beauty, which would wither like a flower that had been hit by an October sun. It was just a matter of time. "And who are those with you?" I inquired of the people in the picture. "They are my children," she melancholically responded. "Where are they?" There was a silence in the room. You could hear cockroaches kissing as they made love. I assumed she was hard of hearing, and that the question had bypassed her old ears. Before I could repeat myself, she responded with hot tears caressing her old cheeks. I didn't do justice evoking the memories of her deceased children, I thought to myself. As I was consoling her, she began narrating how her children had abandoned her since the death of her husband, which was followed by that of 2 of her children. It was then the remaining 3 children decided to pay the village witch doctor a visit in a quest to find out who was dismantling their kraal. They were told that it was an old woman in their own family who was responsible for slaughtering their loved ones. Given that she was the only woman with the last straw in their family, it was evident that she was the executioner. Her children had since vowed to never again set eyes on her. She lamented that the grey hair, which should have been a crown of her long life, was the reason she was declared a witch, as if witchcraft was reserved for the elderly. For the first time, I saw her innocence flush in her face like a lightning bolt. When a sombre look subsided, I waved goodbye and promised her more visits.
Wah wah wah, wote, alajiki wimiao, nyami agopiabo, yongo goti mi age koma gojewani, nyalole mafiji unyali binyani kunyama, gadrega kapama, nyanga takpaji konga tapokula nyama, sele gufoni tabla siakpe ketele ganyama, nami anabi fuile ni nyama, kego wakene ma gege deve ma kego guadu mama. Sele pidi weni ke mucho kwa bebu, nyao ga ufede vago ma komo bwejiwe na, kenya punya mwenga ye hai memia, ye hai iya memi, nane me de hai wo, dole la hai ma o, ye hai ma veli hai memia, ye hai iya memi, nane me de hai wo, dole la hai ma o, ye hai ma veli ye agoli vele go ndonge we kolo go menjima.
The following morning, I woke up to the village gong, pleading with us to assemble at the old woman's hut, because she had died in her sleep. There was jubilation, rather than mourning, for her demise. A witch had departed, landing the village safe. That's all what was said. But I had that before she died, she had left a note that read, "Give this photo and the Bible to the boy who used to walk down my path." I knew it was meant for me, but I had no courage to stand up and claim it. I remained as silent as a grave until the day we shall all be judged by the righteous King. Until then, will we be able to hear her side of the truth? Have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen. That story came in second place as well.
Baby, you give me ice and fire.
fly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You gently wind the rain.
I love a story called The Woman Who Lived Alone, which is based on how elder people are treated in many parts of our community. They are often accused of being witches and some end up being killed. However, most of the times, these are just defenseless old people who cannot protect themselves. Once a group of elderly women were even told to dig their own graves after being falsely accused of killing someone, which is not acceptable. Gray hair should be seen as a symbol of a long and fulfilling life, not a curse.